I start, a blissful morning to everyone. Thank you so much for taking time to attend to this structured learning experience training titled Netiquette: How to Act Across Different Online Spaces. I've got high hopes for what we can achieve for these few hours. So, a big thanks to each and everyone for joining in this activity. We are in a digital age, and people at present we're using internet as a main usage to communicate in various ways, such as Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, mail, and other social networking sites. Unfortunately, people nowadays are lacking of good manners and how they appropriately behave when communicating online. Thus, for this training, I encourage participants to fully understand how to act on online platforms. This will make you aware of social media etiquette. Also, it will help on how to act, react, share, and behave in an online platform to have a healthy site to visit. Main aim for this training is to impart knowledge on basic etiquette or internet etiquette across different online platforms. So I hope everyone is now clear what we are going to achieve on this training. So do enjoy yourself, and I hope that the discussions and informations will be shared in this activity and be meaningfully understood and practiced. Thank you very much and good morning. So before we start the training, I would like to share the house rule for this training. For the participants, you can turn off the mic and camera for more efficient use of energy and data. You can raise questions during the lecture. Just write down or type it in the message section. And for lastly, do enjoy yourself in this training. So to start this activity, I prepare a fun warm-up game. To this game called the Four Picks in One Word. I think some of you are familiar with this game. If you are not, then I will clearly discuss the mechanics. So there are a set of pictures to be showed to you as a clue. This set of pictures consists of four this set. So for the last, any participants or any of you may answer the puzzle. So are you ready? So let's begin for number one. Number one set of pictures. Remember to turn on your mic if you know and want to answer. So anyone? Yeah.
Yes.
Privacy.
So your answer is correct. So this picture is privacy. So the second one, set of pictures. What word can you formulate in the behind these pictures? Social media is correct. So let's move on to the third set of pictures. Guys, yes?
Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying.
Okay, this is cyberbullying. Your answer is correct, Vine. For the last set of pictures,
Reaction.
very good. So this is reaction. The word is reaction for this picture. So I'm glad that you got all the correct answer. So I think um you have prior knowledge about what the topic is all about for this training. So first and foremost, before we proceed to the next activity, let me introduce myself. I am Dane, Labajo, 21 years old, a third-year AB psychology student. It will be my pleasure that I've given chance to discuss about online etiquette. So I hope you listen, learn, and enjoy. So let's proceed to the main activity. So for the main activity, we call this as power of choice. So this game aims to introduce youth on how to act in online platforms and will serve as preliminary lecture proper. So the mechanics of this activity, the power of choice, is a game that uses a critical thinking on how to decide on a given post. The post was related on how to act on social media. This is a time game, and 3 minutes will be given in every group. So there are only 6 participants. So siguro by partner ko na lang kayo. So to decide on what they're going to decide on their chosen post, like, share, or ignore. So the group or the partners that would chose the correct choice will have an immunity not to be asked in the middle of discussions. So I'll be divide ko na lang kayo ay by partner ko na lang kayo. So ano i-prefer nyo, kung kayo ang mag-choose or ako na lang ang by partner? So I will read the instruction, ha. So um each partner must choose a representative to pick a post from post A, post B, post C, and post D na ipapakita ko mamaya. The post that you pick will be decided whether you will like, share, or ignore the post. So each partner will be given 3 minutes to decide. So and 2 minutes to defend your choice. This post related on how to act on social media. So they may pass and return to the puzzle if there is still remaining time. So guys, i-buy partner ko na lang kayo or kayo na magpili ng partner nyo.
Magpili.
Ha?
Ikaw na lang magpili.
Okay. So, for the post A, sino ang you'll be choosing sa mga post kung ano ang gusto nyong i-defend. This is the post A. This is the post B. Post C. And post D. So, choose on those posts kung ano yung gusto nyo yung i-defend. So, you'll be going to choose if you're going to like, share, or ignore this post. Post A, post B, post C, post D.
Paano namin siya gawin tayo?
So, magpili kayo ng isang post. So, sa isang post, mag-decide kayo if you're going to like, share, or ignore yung post na yan. So, kapag sinabi niyo, pag nakapili na kayo kung anong choice nyo, tatanungin ko kayo if bakit nyo gi-like or bakit gi-like, share, or ignore nyo itong post na ito. You will defend lang nyo ang answer nyo in every choices na gusto nyo na piliin. So, for example, for post A, if you're going to share this one, so you're going to defend why did you choose to share this post? So, for the partner, gusto ko lang malaman kung sino-sino yung mga partner nyo.
Ikaw na lang magpili.
Okay, for Miss Jubilee and Miss Narkisa, you'll be the, mag-partner kayong dalawa. Miss Divina and Miss Zaira. So, partner kayo. And Eugene and Juniza.
Po.
Okay. So, nakapili na kayo ng mga posts na gusto nyong i-defend.
Po. At Tyra, ako na lang magsalita sa atin.
So, ipakita ko muna ang mga post ha. Post B, ito. Magpili lang kayo dito sa mga post. Post C and post D.
Pwede na mag-answer.
Okay, pwede na po.
post,
Oo. Post B. Post C. Post D.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Tanungin lang si Geneva kung anong napili niya. So, ang aming piliin ay yung post B.
Post B. So why did
Kasi,
would you like, to share, or to ignore
so,
this post?
ignore.
Then, why did you choose to ignore this post?
Kasi parang, hindi naman basihan siya para makapas ka ng sa news. Ganun. So, kailangan mo ng ilang sa mga klaseng mga post para alam mo. Kasi, kailangan mo pa rin part. Tapos, so yun. To pass the exam.
So, for you, it should be ignore.
Junida, yes. But, hintayin na lang natin si Junida kung meron siyang idea.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay na yun. Okay na.
Okay. How about others?
Good morning. So, ang post na napili. Zayn nagasagot. So, for me, ang napili ko is post A.
Post A. So,
And, to share.
can you, repeat again? Kasi medyo choppy ka.
Post.
Medyo choppy ka, Miss Divina.
Ako na lang muna mag-answer ay.
Okay po.
Okay, so napili namin is post A. Post A is like,
Post A?
Post
A, okay.
like,
Like, so,
kasi,
okay, why did you choose to like this post?
like ang napili namin kasi, sometimes kailangan mo rin ilabas kung ano yung nararamdaman mo inside para hindi rin mabigat sa loob mo na dala-dala mo siya all the time, lalo na sa mga iniisip mo. Kailangan mo din siya ilabas. Or express, kumbaga.
Okay. So, post A for Jubilee and Narkisa should be like. So, others. Pwede kayo magpili ng iba pang post kasi napili na yung iba. So, post C and post D. Post C and Post D. So, feeling ko ang natira na lang na mag-partner is si Divine, Miss Divina, and Miss Zaira. Vine,
Shopee.
Shopee siya, Vine. Pwede rin i-type mo na lang Vine sa
Sige.
message. So, while waiting for Divine, Miss Divina, so, for you guys, gaano kahalaga ang to decide or to think before you choose to like, share, or ignore a post? Anyone? Since inintay pa natin ang sagot ni Divine. Any, opinion or any, perspective lang.
Sagot na ko.
Okay. Miss.
Very important na we should think first bago tayo mag-react sa isang post kasi we never know kung ano yung magiging impact or ano yung ma-feel nung nag-post dun sa reaction natin about sa post niya. Kasi sometimes baka ma-misinterpret din niya when in fact hindi naman talaga yun yung intention natin. Yun lang.
So, thank you, Miss Jubilee. So, for others, ano yung insight nyo about perspective nyo? Why is it important na to think before you react? Like, you share or you like or share a post. A post. So, nag-post na si Miss Divina. So, we choose post C. And I think I will share this post because I think it is worth sharing. I think this is worth sharing as a Filipino citizen. It is because other Filipinos tend to disregard and forget the essence of independence in which heroes sacrifice a lot for having it. So, thank you, Miss Divina. So, since wala nang ibang partner, for post D, for all na lang. For post D, would you like to share, ignore, or just react like on this post? Sa post D?
So, for post D, I will choose to share this
Why did you
kasi,
choose to share this post?
yes. Kasi napakalaga ngayon yung yung legit, yung valid, yung pinanggalingan na news. Kasi hindi lang tayo magpalamon sa fake news. So, kailangan yung i-share natin ng mga information. Kasi, valid at para maraming taong makakuha ng aware ba kumbaga sa nangyayari sa panahon ngayon. Share din nila sa iba. Hindi lang puro fake news kasi puro fake news na lang ang mangyayari. So, kailangan talagang ma-update sa nangyayari ngayon. Lalo na sa yung corona. So, yun lang.
Okay. So, for Miss Bakumo, kailangan to i-share since kailangan daw, need daw for us to know or update about the current news or the valid informations or news nowadays kasi it is important na meron daw valid news or valid information na makuha on social media. Hindi lang puro false statement or false information. So, thank you, Ms. Bakumo, for sharing your thoughts or for sharing your answer. So, okay then, since lahat naman kayo correct ang answers and you all defend your choices, so for me, for the post A, this would be this a word sharing post. So, asan yung post A? It's a post word share. It's a word sharing post. It give awareness to people about mental illness. It's give awareness on mental health of everyone. So it should be shared. Word sharing. It should be shared. And for the post B, sorry sa ingay. For the post B, it must be ignore since this is a false information. This post does not help you to pass the exam. 'Di ba? So, if you hindi naman kapag shinare mo ito, makakapasa ka na agad sa exam. So, it's for this post, it should be ignored. And for the post C, this post is should be like or share. Kasi it's remembering our Independence Day since many Filipinos are they forget about how important the Philippine Independence Day. So for the post D, could be like or it can be liked or share. So, pwede siya ma-like and pwede din siya ma-share. Since this will aware and inform people about what is happening in our country. So, news or update or valid news is very important nowadays for us to be aware. So, that's are my perspectives, or that's are my thoughts on this activity. Okay, since we have you answer each post correctly, so let me lend your ear to share the eight rules on how to act on a social spaces. So are you guys, nandyan pa ba kayo guys? Guys?
Yes, we're here.
Marinig pa niyo ako?
Okay lang marinig.
So there are 8 rules on how to act on social spaces. So first, consider the front yard test. So the front yard test is a great way to stay accountable to yourself and really think about what you are posting. So the test is simply this. When you want to post pictures or comment or response in a social media post or online platforms that you see on a social media, you must think if it is appropriate to be put. You must think if it is appropriate to be put on a giant sign and posted it in your front yard. So, if you think it is not, it shouldn't go online. So, if it if it if it would embarrass anyone, not just you, or you wouldn't want a future future employer to see it, it should not be posted. So we have to think. We should stay accountable for what we are posting, for what we are posting, and think if those posts of think if those think if this post that we'll be posting, if it is appropriate but to be put in a public space like Facebook, like we want to share, we want to comment tayo sa mga post doon. So if you think that it can harm people or it can hurt someone's feelings, then if it is then it should not go online. So yan ang consider the first rule. It is the first rule. Consider the front yard test. For the second, sorry. Remember that the internet never forgets. So this is hard for teens to grasp sometimes because life moves so quickly and it just doesn't seem possible that something posted today could impact anyone in 10 years. But the cold hard truth is that internet is indeed forever. So it never forgets. Even you delete a photo or a post or entire social media account, there are ways to find all of that information in those pages again. So, and if you're up for a big wig job or acceptance in an elite university, rest assured that those organizations have people who can pull up the decades old social media posts. So even if something is funny or seems incredibly important right now, think about the fact that once it's posted, it will never ever go away, and think twice about your decision. So, meaning, when we post, we should think if it could affect us in the future. Like, we want to apply in a decent or a government a government institutions, may institution. So meron talagang there are they have meron silang background check, or they assess, or they will investigate about um your background. So kasali na dyan yung inyong mga social media account. So if you're up for a big wig job or acceptance, so rest assured na ngayon pa lang you know how to decide or think about what you are posting. So for the third one is for the third rule, so take an inventory of your time. So social media and the internet in general both have a way of sucking away valuable time without us even realizing it. Allow your phone to track your screen time or set limits for yourself on your tablet when it comes to how much time you're on social media. Sometimes it is nice to relax by looking through memes or keep up with friends via their Instagram pages. But one huge part of knowing how to use social media, but one for the third, so ulitin ko na lang ha. For the third rule is take an inventory of your time. So, social media and the internet in general both have a way of sucking away valuable time without even realizing it. So, allow your phone to track your screen time or set limits for yourself on your tablet when it comes to how much time you are on social media. Sometimes it is nice to relax by looking through memes or keep up with friends via their Instagram pages. But huge part of knowing how to use social media responsibly is about your time management. So social media has almost nothing to do with being productive. So your time spent on it should be very limited. So in short, we have to manage our time. Hindi lahat ng time natin nasa online, or hindi lahat ng time natin kailangan is spent on social media. For the fourth rule, check your emotion. So when everyone you know is on social media, it can be easy to get caught up in an online drama. Whether someone posted on a horrible picture of someone else or people are simply arguing about politics, you need to stay as uninvolved in the drama as possible and really check your emotions before saying or doing anything. So it's okay to be passionate about causes or stick up for your friends, but you need to do so wisely. Responsibility, but you need to do so wisely, responsibly and respectfully. Don't react with pure emotion or even with the first thing that comes to mind. Think through your response and be as level-headed as possible so that you are above reproach when it comes to online interactions. So it simply means that when someone horrible pictures appears on our social media, we should know how to stay uninvolved in that drama or in that post. So we should always check our emotion before we say something, kasi it can affect, it can hurt feelings of others if padalos-dalos tayo sa ating mga sinasabi sa social media. So, before we post or before we react on a post on a social media, we need to assess, we need to assess if ever ba na yung post natin can affect that people, or not just that people or family niya. It can be her family, it can be his or her family or friends. So, for the fifth rule, make wise decisions about followers and friends. So, this tidbit is half about being safe and half about making social media work for you. First, don't follow or be friends with anyone that you don't know personally or who doesn't have a lot of information on their profile. This is a red flag, and unless this individual has a specific reason for sending you a friend request or asking you to follow them, you should simply avoid strangers online. Additionally, if someone from school or work that is incredibly dramatic or that you don't get along with asks to be your friend, it's okay to say no. If you're concerned about declining the request starting drama, you can always add them as a friend but opt to have their information not to show up on your feeds in order to avoid trigger that may bring about an argument. Second, and on the other hand, it can be beneficial to follow or befriend well-known individuals in your areas of interest. If you want to work in a certain industry, for example, you can follow higher ups in that industry to stay aware of current trends within that field. Additionally, if you're a sports fanatic, an astronomy nerd or obsessed with working out, it can be benefit that you display your passions online by being friends with well-known individuals in those areas of. So, this may we should make wise decisions about what we are following, or kung sino ang gusto nating maging friends in social media or any social or any online platform. So, kailangan din that we investigate if this person is mapagkakatiwalaan ba, or it can bring harm to us. So, we should decide kung i-friend or isali ba natin sila as one of our, to know our daily updates or yung daily self-update natin sa social networking account natin. So, hindi lahat kailangan na nag-add friends sa'yo, kailangan mong i-confirm or i-befriended. So, for the second one, we should follow or befriended on our well-known individuals. As long as we know na it will help us, help us in our work or in our study. Like, for example, there are individuals in social networking sites or mga pages na may nagbibigay information, imparting knowledge or showing skills or talents that we also have, so, or that can be inspiring. So, think if it's okay, or if it's good to be friended, or to be friended to that person, or to anyone in social media. So for the sixth rule, think before posting anything online. Go through the think acronym and ensure that what you want to post will benefit you and those who see it. So T stand for true. Is this post, picture, or comment truthful, or is it possibly based on a humor? H is for helpful. Will this help someone, or will it potentially bring harm or hurt to someone? So I stand for information. Is this actual information based on fact, or is it gossip or unnecessary chatter? N is stand for needed. Is this something that people need to hear, or it is irrelevant? K stand for kind. Is what you want to post kind and nice, or is it harsh or rude? So before we um, post or say something, react on social media and on online platforms, we should follow this think word. True, helpful, information, needed, and kind. So the seventh seventh rule is be wary of oversharing. It can be fun to check into various locations or share the details of your upcoming beach trip. But knowing how to use social media responsibly has a lot to do with not oversharing. So, you don't need to post picture every single place you visited on your school trip, or give specific details about where you work, where you go to school, and what you do on the weekends. While this is a big safety concern, it is also about establishing boundaries and protecting your information. People don't need to know when you're not home or where you go after school every Friday. They also don't need to know every emotion you have or what you have for lunch on Sundays. Some oversharing truly is a safety issue, and some is just about understanding that every detail of your life is not the most fascinating tidbit of information to exist. So note that, yung sinabi ko sa huli, that every detail of your life is not the most fascinating tidbit of information to exist online. So, kailangan natin limit natin yung mga pinopost natin, especially if we want to share our location and share about our everything, kung anong ginagawa natin every day, kasi it can harm us, especially when, kasi there are people in social media na, like for example, those who have grudge on you, or yung taong mga magnanakaw or something, mga scammer, ganyan. If they see na if you always post everything or specific details about about your life, so kailangan natin na limit talaga ang ating mga sinasabi or pinopost online. For the 8th rule, be intentional about what and where you post. Social media can absolutely offer advantage to those who know how to use it wisely and responsibly. Choosing the right platform for certain posts and ensure sorry. Choosing the right platform for certain posts and ensuring you are wise about what you post will help you make the most social media. For example, if you're a great athlete or an amazing artist or a budding author, you can use social media to publish what you're doing. This not only shows your passions and aptitude, but it also puts your talent out there in a public setting where potential university or employers could come across it. So, social media can be offer advantage, can be can be helpful also um in our lives if we use it wisely and responsibly, 'di ba? So, it will help us to show our passion, our aptitudes that can see by others, so they can refer us, or um, they can refer us, or they can um, um, see our talent, and so we can masali tayo sa universities, or makapasok tayo sa trabaho na ating ina-applyan. So, guys, are you with me? Nandyan pa ba kayo? Guys? 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 So, for the integrations or processing for this training, this time I would like to ask you what you have learned regarding on the main activity lately, yung the power of choice. So, can I ask someone, or meron bang mag-volunteer for this, to answer these questions? Guys? Guys? Miss Juniza, can you hear me?
Yes, yes po.
So, I would like to ask you for the the main activity, about the main activity. So, what words did you learn after the activity? Yung sa The Power of Choice.
Pa,
About
yung
doon,
kanina sa
The Power
main
of Choice.
activity.
Oo.
So what word did you learn after the activity?
If you are listening.
So mag-focus lang po ako doon sa main activity kanina.
Yes. Oo. Ito yun, no? Yan, kita mo?
Ano ba talaga, Hane? Mag-ano kayo, ano? Ikaw na ako magpili. Words lang po? Or I can, explain something.
You can explain. You can explain the what words did you learn after the activity? If you're assigned on this post, what will be your choice? Like or share, ignore. How would you act on the given post? So, you can generalize na lang yung answer mo for the three questions.
Okay. So, yung na-learn ko po doon kanina sa main activity is, nalaman ko kung gaano kahalaga yung pagpili ng reaction, paano mag-share sa isang, sa paggamit, excuse me, pagpili ng tamang reaction in a certain post kasi nga may iba't ibang level tayo ng yung tinatawag na sensitivity kasi we have emotions too. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you, Miss Janiza. So, anyone? Meron pa akong itatanong. So, how do you apply this concept in real life or when you're using online platforms? For the main activity, how do you apply this concept? Or, kasali na dito yung lecture ko kanina, yung the 8 rules how to act on social spaces. So, anyone? Sino mag-volunteer to ask, how do you apply this concept in real life or when using online platforms? So, overall na ito siya na sa sagot. Anyone can answer? So, okay, magpili na lang ako ha. So, Miss Eugene. Miss Eugene, can you hear me?
Please, repeat the question po.
So, how do you apply these concepts in real life or when using online platforms? Lahat doon sa main activity, the lecture, yung 8 rules on how to act on social spaces. So, how do you apply these concepts in real life when using online platforms?
Yep.
So, you can you can give example like situational example. Miss Eugene. I think hindi kita marinig, Miss Eugene. Hindi ka audible.
Okay, excuse me, nawala kasi ang internet ko. So, okay na?
Oo, okay na, marinig na kita.
So, yung gaya ng sabi ko kanina, social media, napakalaking, kumbaga, role na ginagampanan nito ngayon, lalo na mayroong pandemic. So, example, na-quarantine tayo ngayon, kailangan na masyado tayo nakatutok sa social media. Ating mga na-share sa Facebook, sa TV. So, alagay, kasi pag-share natin tao,
Miss Eugene, hindi kita marinig. So, I think let's move on to another questions na lang. So, for the second questions, so, do you think what are the benefits we can get in learning online etiquette? So, what benefits we can get in learning online etiquette? Miss Eugene, would you like to answer? Okay, then, Miss Narkisa. Narkisa, can you hear me? So, would you like to share kung ano yung insight nyo or what are the benefits we can get in learning online etiquette? Miss Narkisa?
can you repeat the question?
So, what are the benefits we can get in learning online etiquette?
There's a lot of benefits that you can get in learning. For example, pag magre-react ka sa mga posts na makikita mo sa social media, pwede mong i-apply ito sa pamamagitan ng think before you click, no? Para mas maiwasan natin yung mga posibilidad na mangyari. Like for example, pag-iisipan mo mabuti yung dapat mong i-react para mas maka-benefit sa'yo. For example, at saka sa iba, makaspread ka ng awareness na rin. Like for example, sa activity natin kanina, na spread awareness. Ganun, para mas makatulong ka na rin.
Okay, Miss Narkisa, thank you for sharing your thoughts, your answer. Your answer. So, social media has revolutionized our world. Social media has revolutionized our world. After the introductions of Facebook, other social media like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and other social networking sites, social media sites are everywhere and serve just about every purpose possible when it comes to connecting individuals. Not only the world needs a good only citizens, but irresponsibility in social media could ruin the reputations of an individual. Hence, responsible social media user is essential to make the social networking sites a healthy site to an individual. So, for in this activity, I believe that you have taken knowledge and understanding about online etiquette kasi based on our discussions and your answer about my questions, meron kayong mga prior knowledge and nakuhang um, nakuhang informations regarding our discussions. In our brief yet fruitful discussions, especially regarding on the 8 rules on how to act on social spaces, I think meron kayong na-take na knowledge. I hope that you have learned something on it. I appreciate your presence on this activity. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pero before muna kayo mag-left, can we take a photo? Can we take a photo? Just turn on your camera. Open cam na kayo, guys.